Hi guys, you're back in here with JP Wargaming. Today in this episode, we're going to look at the relics for the Salamanders. Some of these relics aren't the greatest, some of them are very situational. And some of these you're probably not even going to take, but however, some are a bit fun. So we're going to have a look through them and have a little talk about the relics available to the Salamanders. Okay guys, we're going to have a look at the relics of Nocturne. So the first one we're going to approach now is the Vulcan Sigil. So it's a very simple relic, adds one attack to your character's model, and also during the fight phase, once per battle, and until the end of that phase, add 1 to all models within 6 inches, including the character itself. So that character itself gets an extra 2 attacks when its sigil is raised. Now, ideally you want to be doing this when you hit the Assault Doctrine, and there's a few buffs you can do this in a really good combo for the Salamanders. So, in my opinion, repulsors are a really good way to make this help this happen. Stick 8 Reavers. I know Reavers aren't that great and people don't see them as reliable, but however, this is a nice combo. So you get your Reavers, you put in Adrax Agatone and that repulsor with them, and you also get any lieutenant you generally want. So you stick this relic on your lieutenant, which can work really well for him. With Adrax, you get +1 to wound for all models within 6 inches. He's a captain, so they're reroll on 1s. Your lieutenant is also rerolling 1s to wound. So already you're getting some really good buffs for these guys. So when this is raised, your Reavers get extra attacks. So all the standard Reavers, they're now getting 5 attacks each. So just from 7 of them alone, that's 35 attacks. And then from your the sergeant he gets 6 attacks. That's 41 attacks from those 4 Reavers alone. So you've already making up for not taking a full squad. But however, the buffs that get on top of it as well, you got your, like I said, you got your Adrax's buffs, and he gets an extra attack as well, and you got your lieutenant. So, I mean, if you want to take a lieutenant, I'll probably go just simple lieutenant with a power sword and bolt pistol. It's probably the best way to go, just to get the most out of the melee combat phase, to really get through that armor. But you get some really good amount of attacks that can really do some damage, especially with that +1 to wound. If you're going against a vehicle, for instance like a Leviathan even, you got all those attacks, brilliant, and if you want to be really cheeky with it, slap on the stratagem for on unmodified rolls of 6s, double damage. So all those 40 odd, those over 50 odd attacks from those three units alone are just smacking in some incredible damage. So really good relic there. Something I like to pull off in one of my battles. It's just something I'm more experimenting with these days. So Drake Smiter, this is more of a fun relic. I'm not really going to take this relic, unfortunately. It's really cool, got some really good rules with it, but it's just, I'm not going to take this on my Smash Captain, as there's another relic I want to take that's in this list. So just to go over Drake Smiter quickly, it's time 2 strength, so it's -4 AP, so it becomes -5 in the assault, but it's going to go through most 3-up armor anyway without an invuln, and it's 3 damage. On a plus to this weapon as well, on a roll of a 6, unmodified, it becomes 6 damage for each attack. So it is really cool, but it's just so situational when you're going to get that relic in. Whereas the buff of the Vulcan Sigil is going to be a much wider effect and just much more buff into stacking those buffs on those units. So next one, Wrath of Prometheus. This is a bit more of a fun one. However, it can be really good in when you want to just get a base lieutenant with a bolt gun. So this could be a lieutenant, this could be a captain, and it could even be a librarian. Just stick a normal bolt gun on them, and they've got a really good profile at a 30-inch range. Rapid fire 1, strength 5, -2 AP, 3 damage. So really, really good one. Tactical Doctrine is going to be -3. You're going to be getting those wounds through. Stick that maybe on like a librarian on bike. That's going to be doing rapid fire each time, so possibly doing 6 wounds a turn just for that bolt gun. So really cool. Not really spending points on it, apart from what you're going to be taking. Okay, so next one, Tome of Volcona. It's a really cool one. Taking your with your librarian, and base ways you get to know an extra power from the Promethean discipline. In addition, psycho test from the Promethean discipline, add 1 to the total. So just so you know, Promethean Discipline, everything is you need a 6 to cast. So automatically that's everything on that list, it becomes a 5 to cast. So really quite good, really handy to get those powers off that wants to buff those units. For instance, Fire Shield, which is -1 to hit and -1 to charge. Drake Skin for that +1 toughness. Burning Hands for that, maybe that Librarian, Primaris Librarian that just wants to punch through with 5 attacks and doing 5 more wounds if he hits every time. That's really cool. So really cool relic. Next one, this is my favourite one, just in regards to making a really buffy, really durable Smash Captain. And the reason why I say this is I've gone through the Warlord traits last time. Got your Smash Captain, make him toughness 6 on it with a jump pack. So already most standard weapons are going to be wounding on 5s. Then you add the Miraculous Constitution to 6 up Shrug, and every movement phase of yours you get 1 wound back. And then on top of this, all those standard weaponries that's got a lesser toughness than 6 are going to be wounding on 6s with -1 to wound with this relic. So a relic that does -1 to wound for all those buffs already, such a strong relic. And I tell you this right now, all those weapons that are trying to get to hit him are really going to struggle. And even then, without even doing transhuman, you don't need to, because he's toughness 6. They need to be at least 12, strength 12, just for doing that hit win on 2s. So if they're winning on 3s, they're going back to 4s. So you're already getting a really good amount of durability in your character there. So this is my favourite one out of the two, or the list that I got. Between that and Vulcan Sigil, those are my favourite from the relics on Nocturne. But just to go through the rest, we got the Nocturne's Vengeance. This is a really cool one. Just master crash your Combi Flamer, but however, one, it makes your Flamer part to be range 12, so really good, and it also gives an automatic -1 on all the AP of both weapons. So Tactical Doctrine, they're going to be -2, so really handy, and it's going to be 2 damage on both of those weapons. So really cool, really fun. If you want to fit into this, great, but like I'm not going to be taking it often because I'd rather take those buffing relics that really helps my army wide, or just that durability for my characters I really want to be aggressive with. Helm of Draclos, so it's a bit of a fun one. Just gets to add a wound to characteristic to your model, as well as it becomes like a Reaver for his game, where units within 6 inches instead of 3 subtract 1 from their leadership. So it can be handy in very clutch situations, but I'm not really going to take the Helm of Draclos. Hopefully I said it right. So special issue war gear. So special issue war gear is a fairly simple one. A lot of these are repeaters in all Space Marine supplements. So the Adamantine's Mantle, I think everyone has problems with all these names, is a simple one. It's when a model with this relic loses a wound on a roll of a 5+, that wound is not lost. So a 5+ feel no pain shrug, great. Once again, I'm not really going to take it very often. Artificer Armor is a model with this relic, has a 2-up, 5-up inbond. So if you want to have a bit of durability on your Librarian, just give him a 5-up and a 2+ armor save, great. I think this is a really good relic for that one. However, like I said with the Tome of Valcona, I'd rather take that and get my powers cast easier than him having the 2-up save. Mastercrafted Weapon, simple one, add 1 to the damage characteristic of this weapon, cannot already be done on another relic or mastercrafted weapon. So it's handy, especially if you want to put it on like a on your aggressor's sergeant for his flamestone gauntlets, making him damage 2 for all those shots. It's very nice. Imagine 24 shots with the stratagem. That's really tasty. Right, let's go on to the digital weapons. When a model with this relic fights, you can make 1 additional attack using a close combat profile, and when resolving an attack, if a hit is scored, the target suffers 1 mortal wound and attack sequence ends. So it's like giving him burning hands for a 10, but I'm not really going to take this. Obsidian Aquila, a simple one, 6-inch range. Everyone within 6 inches gets a 6-up, feel no pain. So really handy, but once again, 6-up is good, but it's going to be really difficult to get those 6s every time, but can really handy in clutch situations. Promethean's Plate, Very simple. It's like transhuman. So the only way you're going to ruin this person with this relic is on a 4+. So not bad. Dragon Range bolts. Bit of a one to say, but like with this one, when you give a model this relic, select one bolt weapon that model is equipped with. When the bearer shoots with that weapon, you can choose to fire the Dragon Range bolts. If you do so, you can only make one attack with that weapon, but if that attack hits, make D6 wound rolls instead of 1. So each successful wound roll results in a wound that must be allocated. When resolving the attack, the target does not receive the benefit of cover to its saving throw, and that weapon has a damage characteristic of 1 and an armor penetration for 1. So it can be a bit cheeky, stick it on a bolt pistol. In that combat, you're doing D6 wounds, possibly. So quite handy, but one of those relics you're just not really going to take very often. And the next relic is called Drake's Blade. This one I actually really quite like. The challenge you have with a lot of Primaris characters in our Space Marine Codex, they don't really have that many upgrades. And the reason why I like this one is a model with a power sword, mastercrafted power sword, combat knife only. So that's what it said, combat knife. So it's really nice. The relic replaces all those ones with the following profile. So once again, so this is your characters like your Phobos captain has a combat knife. Your Reaver lieutenant, combat knife. Your standard Primaris captain with the power sword, you can change that. Your Gravis captain with a power sword, although you've got the power fist, so you're not really going to take on him. It becomes a melee, ranged melee type melee, user strength, 4 AP and 2 damage. And an unmodified wound of a 6 roll suffers a mortal wound. Really nice weapon. Just stick on your base lieutenant or your characters. I would like to put this on a Phobos captain, just because you're not really going to give him any other relic, but to really help him just survive in combat, as well as be able to shoot well with his other stratagems. But I like this one, and I think we're going to get a lot of use out of it. So notable mentions from the Space Marine Codex, that are really cool. T for Terra maybe for your Tech Marines, when you'll just take a base Tech Marine, give them a chainsword. It's a really good relic. I'm not really going to go over the rules, you probably got them and read them already. Standard of the Emperor's Ascendant, just to make those units fearless. The Benediction of Fury, just be able to make a smashed chaplain. Do exactly the same as with a captain, except this guy is about to do his litanies. He'll be able to have +2 strength, +2 AP, and a 3 up damage. You can even make him your warlord, add the anvil strength and the toughness. So he's already strength 6, so he's making him strength 8 with his weapon, -2 AP and 3 damage. That's really good relic. Those are my main relics that I really like, guys. If you feel like you know relics are really good combinations with our Salamanders chapter, please put a comment in there. These are really good relics. I feel really strong, and I hope I get the community more commenting on these videos that I do. So please comment, like the video, and become a subscriber if you want to see more of these videos. Also, guys, I'm going to put a link in the description below. Like I said, I've got my friend who's got a store in Gainsborough called Boardgames Paradise. I put a link to his Facebook page and also to his online store. It's just up and running, but it might not be able to do deliveries until this whole lockdown is over. However, you can start looking at what he's got. And I'll put a link into my Facebook page, just if you want to put hobby updates on what's going on. Okay, guys, well, look, have a good time in isolation. Hope you're not getting in too much trouble with the missus, or you just kind of want to survive getting through this in loneliness. I hope this helps with that. Right, guys, have a good time. Bye.